Nancy, tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, I've lived in Trenton since 1999 with my husband Michael. I taught mostly 5th grade in Princeton Public Schools in at Little Brook, for 25 years. And what else? I grew up in Southern California, and but I've really enjoyed living in Trenton.
Great. What led you to, and why did you get involved in this project?
I had heard a little bit about it, and of course, Molly, your mother, is very convincing. We got together for lunch after a long time of not seeing each other, and she described what was going on and sort of her dream for what it was, and it spoke to me as someone who, I mean, I've been here a long time, but I'm a relative newcomer, which I learn when I meet people who have grown up here, and the difficulty of taking care of a city and making it better, or the idea of renewal, but how do you do that without letting go of what it really is and the people who have been here all along? And that, it was really intriguing to me, and something I would love to be a part of, make happen. I'd like to see that it's possible to do that.
Yeah. Great. Why do you think it's important to transform this site into a community resource?
Well, I think, what little I've known about the site, I can imagine that people who have seen it here in disrepair, kind of as a waste of a resource, and because there's nothing like what's being envisioned in downtown right now, I think it's a way to use a historic building of a faith community in a way that seems important for the work that we expect ourselves as people of faith to be doing, providing opportunities for people. And some of that work is going on even in the building now. So it feels very hopeful to me.
What do you think is the coolest aspect about doing this?
Well, just now I got to talk with one of the young architects about the plans, and Molly had shown me a lot of things, but seeing these very professional buildings and having him describe his vision and imagining people actually using it in that way is definitely the coolest thing for me at the moment.
How does this project fill a need for Trenton?
Well, there's nothing like what's being proposed right now. There are some wonderful things that happen in the city. We live across the street from the Ellerslie Museum, which is a fantastic place, and but a place that not enough people know about, and it's not as accessible as this will be, because it's in the middle of a park in a neighborhood, whereas this is in the heart of town, and I think that's really important. You want people to feel good about where they live, and to think of a place like this as a first stop if they want to have some kind of an event, and young people being able to meet here and do artistic things, whether it's dance or art or music or whatever. I think its location makes it uniquely important in that way, to draw people in.
Where would you like to see this project be a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now?
Well, I'd love to see it all happen that quickly. I mean, today felt really encouraging that there's so many people who want so badly for this to succeed. And as a newer board member, I've only been to online meetings so far. So to actually be in the room with people and to meet them, there's one person on the board who, the very first meeting I was at, she wrote me in the chat and said, "Did you teach at Little Brook?" And It turns out that she was never in my class, but she has friends who were. And so to kind of have all my worlds collide like that was a really cool thing. And so today we got to actually meet, and she couldn't stop hugging me, which is a good, coming out of COVID, that's a good thing, to be with people and see the excitement and the gifts that people bring to this. It's been a good day, good afternoon.
And what do you want the lasting impact of this project to be?
I think for me, to be able to look back and point to this as a catalyst for bringing different communities in Trenton together. I think, some of the work I did as an educator involved talking about different communities and cultures and teaching kids about people they didn't know about, and learning that all people have the same desires for their lives, enrichment and safety and good education for their children and all of that. So for me personally, to look back and hope that some of the skills I have in bringing people together can be put to work here, and that 10 years down the road, look back and say, isn't this amazing? And that's how it started.